Hello, all my dear Aquarian friends, wherever you happen to be. This is Maxine Taylor, America's first licensed astrologer. And I have got your forecast for me right here, and I'm going to share it with you. But first, I want to share something personal with you. My latest book. I'm so excited about it. It's called Hidden Messages in Your Birth Chart. Many years ago, I wrote a book called Hidden Messages because I have been passionately fascinated by the power of our childhood programming and how it owns us. And little by little, a lot of other people have become uh, involved in that area of research and study. And there are many books written about it. What I came to see as an astrologer is that we can read our programming in our birth chart. It's right there. And for those of you who are students of astrology or professional astrologers, um, you will get a lot, I hope, out of this book. Um, and probably, if you've been an astrologer for a while, it will validate a lot of the information that you already know. So I hope you find this helpful. Um, I I really enjoyed working on it. It's an update of a book called Hidden Messages that I wrote years ago that was published by the American Federation of Astrologers. This is the most recent information I've got. Uh, Now, many of you are writers, not necessarily of astrology books, but of books in general. And I've heard from many of you, and you've said you've written a book. What do you do with it now? How do you get it out there? Um, and I'll tell you what I do. And please feel free to use this information because it's been incredibly helpful to me. Or should I say, my publicist has been very helpful to me. I'm going to give you the name of the person I turn to. Her name is Denise Casino, Cassino. And her site is bestsellerservices.com. If you have written a book on any subject, or if you're thinking about writing a book on any subject, you will want to talk with Denise Casino because she will carry you from the actual writing of the book hand in hand to getting your book edited, getting your book formatted, and getting it published on Amazon and being a bestseller in a very short period of time. Denise is remarkable because she doesn't just deliver what she says she will. She over delivers. She is there for you. She loves what she does and she's great at it. So that's my answer for you. If you have a book that you've stuck in a drawer and you're not sure, you always a little shy about perhaps getting it out there, Denise will help you. Okay, let's talk about your awesome May forecast. It's gorgeous. First of all, look at this area. It's packed. The sun, the giver of life, the yellow planet, has been and will stay in your fourth house of home, family, and real estate. The sun brings life. The sun brings light wherever it is. And so the home and family scene, the real estate scene too. This is great if you're in real estate. If you're selling a house, there you go. The sun lights it up. The sun is going to move into your fifth house of fun and games and children on the 20th of the month. And so you're going to go from family to kids in particular, or from home and fun, or everything in between. Now, Venus, the pink planet. This is the planet of love and beauty and art and happiness. It's in your fourth house of home and family. Are you renovating? Are you selling? Are you um, beautifying your home? Are you loving your family? Because that is what Venus brings with it in the fourth house. On the 8th of May, it moves into your fifth house and you start having fun. And I mean, enjoy yourself. This is the fifth house of fun, of recreation, of children, of art and beauty, any and all of the above. Then we've got Mercury, the blue planet. And Mercury is what you think about and talk about. And Mercury itself puts your attention on things. And so your attention is on home and family and real estate. But Mercury is only in the fourth house for 3 days because on the third, it moves into your fifth house of fun and games. So it leads the pack. All right. And whatever you think about grows. Now, Mercury's getting ready to go retrograde. Um, it does this 3 times a year. And on the 15th of the month is when Mercury moves into the shadow of the retrograde, meaning it feels like Mercury is retrograde. Everything's confused, but Mercury is not retrograde until the 29th of the month. At that point, you absolutely do not want to start any new projects. Instead, you want to tie up the loose ends of unfinished projects. I would suggest that if you can, don't start any projects, even back on the 15th when Mercury, of course, it hadn't happened yet, on the 15th, when Mercury enters the shadow of the retrograde, because things are just so confused. Yes, tie up the loose ends of unfinished projects. Mercury will go direct in June. We'll talk about that next month. And it will come out of the final shadow July 7th. So, best case scenario from May 15th to July 7th, you're tying up loose ends. You're not starting new projects. If you have to start a new project while Mercury is retrograde, if it is the culmination of an already begun but postponed project, you're fine. Okay? So that's that fourth house with everything moving into the fifth and ready to party. Now look at that Mars, red. That's in the sixth house of work. And wherever Mars is, that is what you throw yourself into. The sixth house is work, health, and service. And wherever Mars is, that's what comes first to you. And there's a difference between the sun, which is the giver of life and the center of your world, and Mars. That's what you throw yourself into and what comes first to you. It's what you fight with and fight for. And I don't know how you're going to use this, but you'll put lots of energy into your work, into your health, maybe exercising more, maybe a different vitamin and supplement plan. You never know. Okay, that's what you got going there. Now, we have a new moon on May 11th in that fourth house, home, family, and real estate. On the new moon, the energy starts moving. For 2 days before the new moon, no energy, nothing. You don't feel like getting off the couch. And then on the new moon, things start moving forward. Find 21 degrees of Taurus in your birth chart. Combine it with this new moon in your fourth house of home, family, and real estate, and you'll have the whole picture. 2 weeks later, you got a full moon, but it's not just a full moon. It is a total lunar eclipse. On the full moon, everything comes to a head. If that full moon happens to be an eclipse, it is really bringing things to a head. It will be at its peak 3 to 4 months after it occurs. Now, eclipses occur in pairs or threes. So in June, we're going to have another eclipse, and I'll talk about that next month. With the full moon being a total lunar eclipse in the 11th house, while your children are of great interest to you, and partying is too, the 11th house is your natural house in the natural zodiac. And the humanitarian in you is activated with this eclipse. You become a friend to all, which is your natural state. You ask yourself, am I crazy or is the world crazy? Which is your natural question. You look around at the earthlings and say, am I crazy or is it them? You march to your own drummer, and you are truly the humanitarian. This lunar eclipse is on May 26th in 5 degrees of Sagittarius. Find that in your birth chart, and you will have the full picture. And so, my dear friend, and that's how Aquarians think about people, friends. You have a beautiful forecast, and my blessing is that the stars shine brightly on you and yours this month. Bye for now.